Um, it's been a while since we've been able to have one of these conversations, right? Um, I think the last time we had spoke, um, we have some one-off conversations here on the show, but as far as like a talking segment, it's been a minute. And one thing that sparked my thought the other day, and I kind of wanted to just touch on it because I see a lot of people like getting like really fucking confused with this. And what we're going to be talking about here is really essentially um the difference between an internet career and an IRL career, right? Making moves in real life, you're going to shows, you're meeting promoters, you're doing the usual. And I see a lot of people get the idea of one or the other pretty skewed. And that's a big issue because a lot of people tend to put, their marbles in one basket. Now, the thing that I was thinking about is, you know, throughout my time in the scene, right? I've seen a lot of people come and go. I've seen a lot of people make, really good choices for themselves, and I've seen a lot of people make a lot of shitty choices for themselves. And, sometimes it starts at that crossroad of whether, you don't know whether you should put your energy into IRL shit or online shit. And what do I mean by online in real life? Well, the online career, right? You're building your library, you're dropping music all the time, you're networking with new people across the world, you're building your online presence, right? And then you have your IRL sort of career where you're doing shows, you're meeting promoters, you're meeting other IRL artists in your area, you're traveling, you're going to real studios, right? You're going to, studios that you go and book. You're not really a bedroom artist, things like that. And the thing is like everybody's path is completely different. So to hop on any like social media and try to like preach that like, being online is like the shit, or like being in real life is the shit. This online shit doesn't matter. Like, motherfucker, that's the thing. Like, you're already wrong because it's different for everybody. Like, there are hometown heroes and backpack rappers that do just fine in like every fucking city and nobody's heard of them online whatsoever. And then there's people who are completely online, 400K monthly listeners, da 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 da, and completely doing their thing online. So like, you can't really like go out and say that one path is like fitting all of that. And the direction a lot of people need to be thinking is, okay, like I have some roots here in, say, Texas or whatever, right? I know some promoters, da 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 da, but I'm trying to build my online presence. All right, well, fuck all that then. If you know you got that unlocked, start putting a lot of your energy into online shit. And then say you're online, right? You're building your following, you're putting out music, you're doing da 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 da, you're doing interviews, and you're like, damn, how can I tap into like IRL shit? Get out there. You know what I mean? Get out there as much as you can. Attend shows, support other artists, go to real studios, go film shit, go do whatever you got to do out there to like get that like real life aspect of it. And once you kind of have one down, switch to the other because you're like, okay, like I know what to do here, so I need to put more energy on this end of things. And I see people kind of get frustrated, they'll get frustrated with one or the other and they'll be like, oh, fuck this online shit, oh, fuck this IRL shit, da da da. And it is very much a case by case basis. Like, it's not something that you can just throw on anybody and be like, okay, like, because not everybody can wear that jacket. Like, some people blow up overnight online, some people blow up just having a couple good shows in their hometown. Like, that's the thing with it. So, like, any opportunity is usually a good opportunity. You know what I mean? And you got to recognize, like, where you're kind of getting some traction. And, like, any traction is good traction, right? Like, smaller shows and things like that. Even if you're getting a little love at these smaller shows, that's good. That is amazing fucking start. So if you know you can build that like real life aspect of it, and then you go online and you're like, okay, I'm dropping music, I'm dropping visuals, I'm networking, I'm collabing, I'm interviewing, I'm doing the most online. That's how you kind of balance both of them out, and you're taking no shorts and no stone is really left unturned, right? Because you're essentially still working with like all of your IRL shit, and you're still taking the time to be diligent with your online stuff. So that's the thing. You can get frustrated with one or the other, right? Because especially if you're like not where you want to be. This obviously isn't for the people that are comfortable with where they're at in their career. This is for the people that are looking to gain more traction. And, they lean into one or they lean into the other, and it kind of gets fucked up because, you know, they have this skewed mentality based off of A or B experience, when in reality, like, you just need to be taking everything. You need to take the good with the bad with the good, and take it all, and find what works for you. Because back to the original point, that's not a like one size fit all solution. Like, oh, the internet's trash. Like, go build IRL. Da da da. Yeah, sure, that's fine. You can go build IRL shit and be semi successful. But at the end of the day, you're gonna miss a lot of opportunities and boats if you ditch one. So in that case, you'd be ditching the online part of it, and you're missing new friends, new collabs, new, like, infinite amount of shit by not being online. And if you're just kind of focusing online, you kind of have the other aspect of it, like, okay, like, how do I get booked for shows? How can I get in those crews? How can I get, into my state's kind of underground scene, and da 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 da, whatever the case. So you kind of got to weigh that out, and not really like lean too hard into one, up until you're like, okay, like, this is how we can do this, and this is how we're going to do this. So essentially, that's the thing with that, don't get frustrated, because if there was a fucking handbook, everybody would do it. There's plenty of like tactics and tricks that people can help you with along the way, right? Like myself, that's what I do with management and things like that, and Music Mondays and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's a very case by case basis. It's so different for everybody. So that's why you can't leave any stones unturned at all. And both are equally as important. Like, IRL shit is very important, and the online shit is very fucking important. So don't let anybody fucking tell you, I don't care who they are. Don't let anybody fucking tell you one matters more than the other. Especially in 2023, there's too much opportunity out here to ever lean into one of those, like, way too much. You know what I mean? So that's sort of my take on that. And like, it's not necessarily like that simple, but that's really like how you break it down, because everybody's different, right? Sometimes people are bedroom artists because they're fucking anxiety and da 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 da, and they suck talking to people. They're not a people person. They want to stay like that, and then there's those people that like are fucking technologically like they literally cannot work a computer. There's people out there like that too. So if you notice that kind of lacking, that's where you need to be working on. You know what I mean? You can't really like lie to yourself and say one matters more than the other, because that's what you're doing. You'll be lying to yourself. That's really what it is. So yeah, fuck that shit. And like I said, at the end of the day, the point is, leave no stone unturned, man. Truly. Um, so yeah, a little bit of an important topic there, but that was just a little pit stop, and really um many conversations we're gonna have in the coming weeks, because I have a lot of great talking points. Um, but yeah, if you have any thoughts on that, definitely let me know. And this will probably be on YouTube as well, so definitely drop some comments. But interesting, very interesting, my friends, definitely. So we'll continue on, and what we'll do is we'll pop open our submissions for the week. So